Today I'd like to show you a couple of other ways of using the system builder. Normally you can use it for creating your own systems or following our own systems that we provide, but there's a few other ways that you can use the system builder, and the first one I want to talk about today is by finding your horses for today, your bets for today. Now that can be either whether you're using your own system or using one of our own systems and loading that system into the system builder and then finding the day's bets, or it can be if you just want to decide on a set of rules that you want to use for the day or that you're always using, and just to put them into the system builder, it will find your bets for you. So if we say, let's say you want to find all horses that are running today that are running in a race of a mile or less, that got beaten less than 2 lengths last time out, and that finished 4th or worse last time out. Okay, so the first rule you want to add is you can either add the race date, but the simplest way is to add the year and just have equal this year's year, or the year of your that it is for you. Second one we said, so we want horses that race distance less or equal 1 mile. Then we want horses that were last time out, lengths beaten, less or equal 2 lengths. And finally we said we want horses that last time out position, numeric, was greater or equal 4. Okay, so these horses weren't in the first 3, but they were only beaten by 2 lengths or less in races of under a mile. So we click declarations at the top. We've got this year as our category for the date. Apply rules, and we can see this gives you today and tomorrow's bets, and you can see that there are 3 bets today and 1 bet tomorrow. Okay, so let's just say you were going to do this manually. Not too difficult to find all horses that all races of a mile or less, but it would take a little bit of time certainly to go through and find horses that were beaten by 2 lengths or less, I would have thought, just rather than plugging them into the system builder and finding your bets here. You can go a little more complex. Let's try and extend this a little bit, and we'll say less or equal, races less or equal 2 miles, and you could say I want horses that were in running today in 2 miles or less, beaten less or equal 2 lengths, didn't come in the first 3, but also where the trainer win percent in the last 14 days is greater or equal 20. So you apply the rules, and now we've got just these 2 bets for today. Okay, 4:40 at Beverly, 4 o'clock at Newmarket. So again, finding these horses would be a little bit tricky manually. Wouldn't be that simple. Then going through every trainer that you found 20% strike rate over the last 14 days, I think it would take you quite a long time on a full day's racing. Whatever your categories you want to choose, put them into here, and your system bets, your bets for the day will come up here. We could try a different set of rules. Let's say we still want the trainer win percent in the last 14 days to be greater or equal 20, but we'll say these are going to be non-handicap races, and let's say the class difference is less or equal -1. So the horse has been dropped in class by at least 1 grade. Okay, apply the rules. 10 selections, 3 for today and 7 for tomorrow, and there you have it. Just a simple way. Whatever your category you want to be, you could have to find top weights and handicaps that came a certain position last time out. You've got all of these categories that you can choose from. You've got horse distance percent winners, field size winners, percentage of winners on the going, the horse prize money, all about the last 3 the races the horses have run in, jockey, trainer stats, and all the rating stats. So you can just decide on what you what sort of what horses you want to find on the day. Click the declarations button and apply the rules, and you'll find them all nicely listed in race time order. If you have a system already, or you're using one of our systems, you can simply load the rules. Here's some that we have already that we're using, and you can open the system. And again, if you've the year or greater than equal, that's fine. If it's the previous year, that doesn't matter because it's all running on today or tomorrow's declarations, as long as your dates are previous to today's date. And this is a fairly complex set of rules. I wouldn't like to think you'd be able to get many selections found using these set of rules very quickly on a full day's racing. But again, load your system. Instead of looking for the results, look for the declarations, click apply rules, and there we have it, the list of today and tomorrow's system bets, again all nicely in race time order for you. The other way I wanted to show you today, if we reset these rules, is how to look at a horse's form using the system builder. So we've got this race today at Beverley, and it's the 250. That's just as an example. We'll look at this top horse here, Saluti. Okay. So we go back here, and we are going to look at this one. We're looking at the past form. So we're going to go all the way back, greater or equal to 2012. Okay. Make sure we tick results because we want to check the results. Add a rule, and we're going to add the horse name. Past it. Our horse name equals Saluti. Click apply rules, and we can now see that the horse has had 47 runs, 111 of them, which is a strike rate of 23.4. Profit to SP, profit to BSP, winning and losing streaks, the minimum prices won at, the maximum price, average price, and the ROI if you'd have followed all of these races. Okay. And place strike rate nearly 45% and a decent place profit. These are placed using the BSP place prices. If you then click the include breakdowns button at the top and apply the rules again, you can now go down further and look into the horse's form and see which sort of races it's done better in over the years. So we've got all weather and flat, profit in both of those, better profit in handicaps, run 5 times in a class 2 and never won, so class 3 and 4 is where he's done his winning mainly, and class 5. So what you can do is you can go back to the race and see that today's race is class 3. Had this been a class 2, you might have said to yourself, I'm not backing that horse today. So class 3, okay, the race distance today is 5 furlongs. 5 furlongs, excellent, nearly 43% strike rate. The going, you can look at if you want to, number of runners, I think there's 16 runners. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to tell. There's not much loss in these ones, perhaps in these huge races that you might think again. These are all the changing stats of the horses. The horse has got older and cold the gelding, etc. So these, you might not want to look at these, but days since run. So this one's quite interesting because it's 202 days since this horse won. Okay, so days since run, 202 is going to fall in with this category, and it has won once out of 3 after a long layoff. So that's perhaps not going to put you off. Okay, all sorts of other stats and data about the horse's previous runs that you can compare to today's race. Let's have a look at, so the official rating has gone up by 3, okay, BHA rating, and BHA rating up by 3. Well, he's lost all 4, but he's actually won going up 4 and 5 before, so that wouldn't put me off. Course distance information, the run style. I'm presuming the horse is going to be a 2 or 4 today, and yes, the horse's run style's a 4. So all of this information, BSP, There's never won over 15. He's had 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 races where his BSP was 15 or bigger, and he's never won. So you might want to put that into your system rules if you want to follow this horse today. If it's over 15, maybe don't back it. Maybe it's only backed when the horse is fit and ready to run and at a decent price because the trainer knows he's ready to win or ready to compete. So just very easily, and here's the list of all 47 races for the horse. So you can download these if you want to, but then you can just input another horse's name and check it out as well. If you've got a short list, let's say you've got a short list in this race, and you're going to look at, let's say, Roundhay Park against Saluti. So you change that to Roundhay Park and click Apply Rules. And there you can see the data and all of the results breakdowns for Roundhay Park, and you can check the conditions of today's race against the previous wins, previous good runs, and see if you think see which horses you think are worth backing. Okay, so that's just two very quick ways that you can use the system builder, apart from creating your own betting systems or following our ones, using the declarations button to find any declarations for your systems, and go back to results, and you can check the full form for any horse and find all of its past racing stats.